Welcome to another episode of Yacht Life, and today is going to be very, very simple. DTP, oil change, and the library. That's it. Let's go. I've only been moving this car for 3 days now, 4 days maybe. And it's giving me every problem that I could possibly think of, to the point where I'm actually scared to drive it. And you're probably right. I should be, because of the condition that it's in. It's running. I just want to change the oil and then see if I can take it by DTP and see if he can tell me why it's surging, at least. Because if I don't figure out the surging, then there's no point of even trying to fix the exhaust. There's no point of trying to figure out what the bottom end noise is, why it's knocking, or whatever the case may be. There's really no point. It's still going to be the same regardless of if I take the engine out or not. Once I put the tune back in, it's going to run the same. So I need to figure out if he can figure out in person the issue, because just talking over email, sending 6 or 7 emails a day is not getting anybody anywhere. And I'm trying to be as descriptive as I can with the emails, but it's only getting so far. It's frustrating me, and I'm pretty sure it's frustrating Brent, and I'm not trying to frustrate anybody as much as I'm already frustrated with the whole situation. It's really easy to say just don't drive it, but it's really hard to do given I haven't driven it, and all I'm driving it for is to try to fix the issues. It's not like somebody can come to me and fix the car. It's not like I can pay for a tow here, I can pay for a tow there, I can pay for a tow there. That wouldn't be beneficial. But I am gonna park it. It's just I gotta at least figure out why it's surging and change this oil. And I'm gonna also look at these ABS sensors, wheel speed sensors, and see if I can figure out if they're just chafed or something. But I gotta figure it out. Well, I made it to AutoZone. Yeah. I gotta figure out what's wrong with that thing. Sheesh. I got 7 quarts of oil, and I got some Lucas stabilizer, some high mileage Lucas stabilizer, even though the engine isn't high mileage, but that's what we're gonna run with. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to take this stuff back. Oh, I forgot about this stuff. Snap. Alright, let me run back in there and take this back to the store, because of course I don't need it. But at least right now I don't need it. So hey Brent, I'm just calling to see if there's any way I could maybe stop past, and at least you could just take a look at the surging, not so much tune it or put it on the dyno, but for right now at least see why it's surging and if it's something that I can fix. I'm not driving it much, I'm really just driving it trying to fix every problem that it has, and I don't want it getting any worse, and I can't afford tows everywhere. So if you could just, I don't know, give me a call back. I'm just gonna shoot to some Wi-Fi and see if I can send you an email. I know it's getting really confusing and probably a headache by now, and I'm trying to fix everything. So if you just give me a call back, thank you. Okay, so I'm back home. What happened was I didn't directly talk to Brent. I talked to him on email, like I've been doing, and he told me pretty much that I've been having so many problems with the car, nothing is tune related. So I guess it's safe to say that his tune is perfect, his startup tune is perfect, so I shouldn't have any issues with it. And that just leaves me with whatever's going on here. And I don't know, because I put everything back together step by step. I didn't skip a step. Everything was done right. Everything was talked down to specs. So for one, it to have a rod knock, that's really throwing me off. Number two, for it to be surging like it is, which is going to bring me to taking off the wheels, inspecting these wheel speed sensors to see if they're messed up, charred, frayed, ripped open, open wires, beat up, cracked, broken. And then it's going back to trying to see if I can find an intake leak somewhere, because everything's tight. There's literally nothing disconnected. So for it to be surging that hard, I mean, it's surging from the point, I don't know if you saw one of the previous clips where I was trying to stop, and it was surging from 900 to 400 to up to 10, down to 9, and up to 12. And it's a sharp surge, especially when I'm trying to come to a stop. I don't feel anything in the brakes. I don't feel any like pulsing in the brakes. I don't feel. It's just hard to stop with all that power trying to push its stuff through the brakes. And I don't know what it could be. And the only thing I was asking Brent via the tune was if he could see anything wrong. He just keeps telling me that I'm running lean. I'm running lean, and that I could possibly have a vacuum leak. And I'm like, a vacuum leak where? There's no hissing, there's no sounds, there's nothing that's actually missing. All the O-rings are brand new, everything was properly seated, everything was torqued down. Now I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I'm not, but I know what I did and I know what I've done. And for it to just constantly be said that I have a vacuum leak, none of the hoses are broken and none of them are ripped open. So for it to be that, where could the vacuum leak be? That's what I'm stuck on, is why is it surging after we put the exhaust on? It wasn't surging like that before we put the exhaust on. It just wasn't. And I'm also tempted to try to take off the exhaust and see if that works better. I don't know. I don't think it will. I'm not even sure if it's going to come off because of the JB wheel. I don't know, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to do an oil change too. And if it stops surging, I'm going to take it down to this guy who works in this area, who can help me with the exhaust and do it properly. Not some Jimmy rig stuff that's been going on, some proper connection and easy removal type stuff. Like, it's going to be legit, and it's going to be what I've been trying to do this entire time. Similar along the lines of what's going on now with the pipes is with the adapter, and then it's sliding over top of it, and then the rear is going to be redone. So hopefully it doesn't break my pockets if I can get this to start running right again. And that's the real big problem, is getting it to start running right again. And I'm not sure why it's running wrong in the first place. So I'm going to take a food break. I'm going to cool down a little bit. I'm going to let this engine cool down a little bit because it's scorching hot. And then I'll come out here either today, later today, or maybe all day tomorrow and do some troubleshooting. Yo, I didn't know trees could squeak and creak like doors. That's really throwing me for a loop. I knew they creaked because of the wind, like in a different way, but I didn't know they creaked like that. That's crazy. I already got the car up on jack stands. Need to get the other oil pan. See, I got that oil pan, but I need to get the other oil pan to pour it into. And then I need to get, ooh, jeez, I parked close. Holy crap. That's all I need out of here. Yeah, I parked really close this time. I need to get back here, get the socket, the ratchet. And socket's right there. Ball pan out here. Look how fast it's coming out. That shit's coming out like water. Damn. Alright. Get ready to take this all the way off though. Well, let's see. There's no metal. There's no metal on it. So that's good. That's still draining, so I'm gonna let that drain. And then once that's done, I'm gonna close it up and get under here. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get under here. Look at No. I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna get under here like I've been trying to say, and look at this exhaust and see what I can do with it. Let's see what's going on with it. Let's see. These wheel speed sensors go up here. I'm not sure how loose it's supposed to be, how tight it's supposed to be. I mean, it's really flimsy, so none of the cord looks messed up. None of the wire is messed up. I mean, I'm gonna disconnect it from here. I mean, from there, not here, but disconnect it from the actual hub where the wheel is, and see what it looks like. Probably try to clean it off and see what we get. I mean, it doesn't look like there could be much anything on it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Got the sensor out, and I mean, it doesn't look messed up or anything to me. It doesn't look like doesn't even look like there's any dirt on it, really. It looks perfectly fine to me. That's just my opinion, clearly, because I don't know what I'm talking about, but it looks okay to me. I can wipe it off. There's not much I can do from here without replacing it. So I'm not really sure if that's the best method or not. I honestly don't really know what to do at this point. Except check out the wire and make sure it's not messed up. Left side wheel speed sensor. Right side wheel speed sensor. I tried to do a little test. I just tried to wiggle the wheel speed sensors around while being. Was that the other side? No. Anyway, I tried to wiggle it around while looking at the light. Well, I had the camera on the light and I wiggled them around both sides in the front. Nothing changed. I didn't expect it to, but that was just to check if something were loose. But what I'm going to do now is I'm about to check. I'm about to actually take this wheel speed sensor out again, or out like I did that one, and see if I come up with anything different. So I came out with is I am going to look at these fuses for the ABS, and then I'm also going to take off the valve covers and see if any of the push rods popped off again, which I mean I don't think they would have. They should have. always a possibility, I guess, messing with my car. So I gotta figure out what I did with the paperwork. Oh, I think it's over there. Yeah, so that's it. Well, I checked the pump motor for the ABS, and I also checked the valves for the ABS. I also checked the what was this called again? Man, the non-ABS brake. This was the non-ABS brake. 15, and nothing was blown. As you can see, that's good. That one's good there, and that one, that's good there. None of them are blown, and none of them have any type of wear on them. So there's that. And this is about all the fuse. This is all the fuses I could find. FuseDiagram.com. Shout out. I've had this paper for I don't know how long, but this is all that's in the front, and then there's nothing in the back. There's the back there. There's nothing in reference to braking or slowing down or anything of that sort there. So I don't know. I don't know why the lights are on. It might be one of the wheel speed sensors. I can check the rears once I get done up front, putting the oil back in the car, letting it run again, and seeing what I get from there. Because right about now, I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea what's going on, and I can't take it to the dealer because of the aftermarket parts. My dealers around here don't like touching stuff like that. Can't take it to the tuner because the tuner doesn't want to deal with issues. So it's kind of like I'm stuck trying to figure out what it is by myself. And if I take it to an aftermarket performance shop, they're going to charge me more than they're going to charge me more than what it's really worth, to be honest. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, if you don't have the money, you shouldn't be doing this stuff. It's not that I don't have the money. It's the fact that, would you spend $200 to be told what your problem might be? That's a lot of money. For a diagnostic, that's a lot of money. And then with the schedule being so limited, that doesn't help either. So, and most performance shops don't even troubleshoot. They do performance stuff. So, I don't know. But this oil, looks very, very good. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put this plug back in. I'm gonna tighten it up in a minute. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. Now, mind you, this oil pan did have a bunch of other stuff in it, like dirt, but not like sediments, just like, you know, stuff flying in the air, but nothing like dirt off the ground or anything like that. So let me pull it all the way out here. It's not milky or anything. It's damn near the same color it was when I bought it. That's the crazy part. Like I don't know, man. There's nothing in there. That shit looks just, when it was coming out, even now it looks just like it was when it was sitting in the container. And everybody keeps saying you're supposed to have metal shavings in the oil when you rebuild the engine, but I don't seem to have any at all, and it's confusing me. All right, if you can see that, which you probably cannot. Jeez, I wish this camera would focus. Okay, well, for what you can see, that's moving. That's the JB weld that, you know, he put on there the other day. So that's what blew off, and that's why it's leaking like that. I mean, it just literally just that. There's like that. I mean, the exhaust isn't moving. Yeah, there's that. I don't even know if y'all can see what I'm doing. Dude, this is crazy. It just blew itself right off. It's not even that hard. Like, I could break it again if I wanted to. That's the crazy part. I don't know. Maybe it didn't seat. I don't know what happened. It sat there for a minute too. I mean, I didn't get home till like 12, so this was done though. I don't know what the hell happened, but it broke. It exploded. So over there with the rest of that stuff now. I mean, as far as the rest of it goes though, the exhaust, I mean, it's still sitting there and it's nice and snug. I mean, it's snug as hell. Like, it's not even, it didn't even move. And that side there, that side, it don't even have a problem. That's still sitting there too. So I'm not gonna mess with that side at all. But everything else under the car looks copacetic. It doesn't seem like anything's out of place. There's no leaking. There's nothing. There's nothing going on. Not to mention, that was a full 7 quarts of oil too. Like, that was full 7 quarts. It filled all the way up to the top brim, damn near, and it almost filled that, and that's 10 quarts. So there was 7 quarts of oil in there. For what reason it said it was low, I have absolutely no idea. Just regular oil for right now. Nothing too crazy. I still need to get the car running before I start putting all the special stuff in. So I'm just putting in regular oil. It'll get full synthetic once everything gets squared away. Hell, it'll get World Purple or Amsoil, whichever one. But right now, I just gotta get my baby running. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna dump all this in there and get back. Okay, so I came up with a sort of an idea, right? On the back, the direction says use 20% of system capacity. For example, 1 quart with 4 quarts of oil. So what I need to do is I need to use 1 and 3/4 of a quart, because I've got 8. I mean, I've got 7, not 8. But the idea I came up with is reuse these containers, fill those up. That'll be a quart. That way I don't have to guess what's coming out of here. I can pour it in there, pour that right in. Okay, so I thought I was smart. Okay, those are 1 quart. The oil capacities, the oil bottles, those are 1 quart. Guess what this size is? 1 quart. So pretty much, I thought that was more than 1 quart just because of how big it was. I thought the size was, you know, had more volume in it, which it doesn't. It's just the look of the bottle. So pretty much you use 1 3/4 of a bottle for 7 quarts of oil, and it's supposed to quiet it down and whatever else. I'm doing it because I need stabilization in this engine right now, pretty much. So that's what I'm asking for. I'm really conflicted right now. I don't know if I want to start the car and let the oil run through and listen to the exhaust. Well, I mean, I take that back. I don't know if I want to let the car down so I can listen to the exhaust, or what is going on with this oil. See, that's how I know I was full, because right now it's barely at the minimum line, even with all of that. And these usually sit flush up to the surface, all the way up here. I know you can't see it, but all the way up here it sits flush. And right about now, mine doesn't even go all the way down. And y'all just witnessed me put 7 quarts, and look how high it is. you gotta account for all of that. So pretty much that's about right to the middle of my thumb, just about. Let's see, goes there, stops there. All right, let's check this out. Yeah, it's the max. It's already full. Yeah, it's full, definitely full. So that's how I know I got full oil. I need to get a new dipstick though, cause that shit is a little tricky for anybody that might do oil change. Oh, we just put 7 quarts in here. Why isn't it 7 quarts reading on the dipstick? It makes sense. But like I said, we'll let it down, take off these valve covers, see if a push rod may have come off or something, and see what this exhaust sounds like. But first I'm gonna start it up, let it down off these jacks so the oil can be sucked up, and then start it up. I'm about to start it. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna play with the throttle. I mean, not the throttle. I'm gonna play with the starter a little bit to try to get it to build up pressure. I'll let it work its way in. Okay, I'm gonna try something else as well. I'm gonna unplug the cold packs and see if anything changes. Nothing? Okay. Nothing. Okay. Come on. Really? Okay, so I got the right side off, and every push rod is seated. The oil looks great. I mean, even though I know I put new oil in it, but it's still mixed with the old oil, because you know everything up here does not drain. It's mixed with the old oil, but it's still good looking oil. They all seated, like every last one of them are seated. So I mean, there's nothing mechanically wrong on the top end, at least on this side. I don't think anything has changed on the left side. Yeah, the battery and the key still in, that's why. I kept hearing it, oh man, I kept hearing it click, and I wasn't sure why it kept clicking, but that would explain it. Alright. But the right side's good, so I'm about to put the right side back on and try the left side, see if anything on the left side is going on. Then if there's nothing there, then I'm gonna try to take the intake off. And if there's nothing there, I'm gonna just check all the stuff behind it and make sure nothing else is messed up. And that's gonna be all I got, because for it to have a vacuum leak, that's a vacuum side of a hose, that's a vacuum side of a hose. This here is a vacuum, goes all the way around to the EGR canister. What else? The brake booster into the back, that's a vacuum. The rubber O seals on the bottom of the intake plenum, that's a vacuum. The throttle body, that's a vacuum. And that's it. Other than it sucking in the air through the heads, there's no more vacuum anything left on this engine. So for there to be a leak, there's only like 6 hoses, maybe. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 if I'm missing something. 6 ways for a vacuum to be introduced that you can actually physically touch, or that can be frayed or torn or broken or ripped. That just, I don't know. I'm really starting to think it has to do something with the tune, but I'm starting to think it has something to do with the ABS sensor since I can't figure out which one it is. I don't have a system for that. But that's just, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put this right side back on. Well, I'm definitely running lean. This is what cylinder 6 spark plugs look like. Definitely running lean, for sure. They're almost white. Like, they're almost white. They're really close to being white. So, only reason I pulled 6 out was because I had thought to pull the spark plugs just to check them to see what they look like, and they're definitely in a lean condition. They trying, man. Sound like they got a compression problem. Damn. It just does not want to catch for them. Man, that sucks. Know the feeling. Alright, well, the right side's on. Given that it's getting so dark and I'm not going to get the extension cord to bring it all the way out here and turn the light on that's over there and all this other jabba jabba, I'm going to just leave that for tomorrow. I'm going to check the left side tomorrow, and I'm going to pull this intake off and see if I can find anything in there. But other than that, that's all I got for you. Alright. Last startup for the night. Oh, look who it is. It's the neighbors over there. I saw them working on their car or truck the other day when I was driving around. And it's them. Oh, that sucks. It sounded like they were so far away, but they're not. Like, you see somebody right there. Damn, that sucks. I seen him working on the truck too. That's a Ford Bronco that he's working on right now. Trying to get that thing to fire over. Man, I know your struggle, bro. I know your struggle. Go ahead, try it again. Oh. 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 Damn. Kill the starter, man. Just like that, this episode of Yacht Life is over. Howdy. I got the other valve cover off. And let's take a look at these push rods, because we remember last time one of the push rods wasn't seated.